The mystery of the 300 Spartans. Sparta basks under a crimson sunset, shadows stretch across the ancient city. In the dusty arena, Spartan soldiers drill with clashing bronze shields. King Leonidas watches his men, his eyes reflecting courage and tragedy. The 300 prepare for their final journey toward Thermopylae. A sweeping drone shot follows the 300 marching through harsh mountain passes. The ground-level view reveals the worn details of the soldiers' gear. Rounding the bend, the vast Persian army sprawls in the distance. As evening deepens, the enemy camp burns with an eerie amber glow. A high vantage point overlooks the vast, flickering Persian encampment. A few anonymous Persian sentries patrol near the campfires. The 300 Spartans hold the narrow pass, silhouetted against the enemy glow. A long ambient transition emphasizes the stillness before the storm. Dawn breaks over Thermopylae in pastel tones of orange and rose. Leonidas addresses his men with a final, resolute look. Close-ups capture the final rituals, sharpening spears and interlocking shields. As the Persian trumpet sounds, the Spartans lock shields in grim determination. The battle explodes as the first Persian wave collides with the shield wall in slow motion. Arrows darken the pale morning sky as they rain down on the Spartan ranks. Close-ups show the intense effort, sweat, and sparks of bronze on bronze. Despite the onslaught, the Spartan line holds firm, fueled by unity. Leonidas signals the retreat, drawing the enemy deeper into the pass. The Spartans reform instantly to unleash a devastating spear counterattack. One warrior skillfully defends against arrows while thrusting his spear. The fight continues, outnumbered but unbroken against the chaotic enemy flow. Leonidas signals a calculated maneuver, drawing the Persians deeper. The Spartans suddenly reform and unleash a devastating counterattack. A Spartan expertly defends against arrows while striking back. The continuous wave of enemies presses on, testing their disciplined defense. The sun is high, casting harsh light on the brutal toll of the battle. Movements become labored, but the discipline of the phalanx holds them together. A brief, suffocating respite as distant fighting sounds fade. The music swells into a mournful, powerful theme, signaling renewed threat. A young Spartan uses expert footwork to hold off two flanking attackers. A warrior shields a fallen comrade from a deadly barrage. Arrows darken the sky, a constant, visible reminder of overwhelming odds. Every calculated movement is a desperate fight for one more breath. The elite Persian immortals enter the fray, visually distinct and disciplined. The Spartans realize the true measure of the threat they now face. Leonidas rallies his remaining men with a fierce, wordless gesture. The shadows lengthen, amplifying the ominous presence of the elite troops. Focused assault by the immortals cracks the Spartan line's cohesion. The ground becomes treacherous as the cost of the battle mounts. Gaps appear as Spartans fall almost simultaneously, desperately filled by survivors. Leonidas directs the fading defense, his face etched with command and loss. The phalanx breaks, and Leonidas fights fiercely in the center of the melee. A drone-like camera pulls back to reveal Leonidas completely encircled by the immortals. Close-ups capture the exertion and raw power in every single parry and thrust. A disciplined Spartan warrior fiercely defends the king's immediate flank. The phalanx dissolves, and Leonidas fights with terrifying ferocity in close quarters. Intense focus captures the pure, defiant look in Leonidas's eyes. Surrounded by elite enemies, Leonidas fights like a force of nature. The sound emphasizes the wet thud of weapons connecting in the final moments. The Persians unleash a final, massive volley, aiming to blot out the sun. Arrows strike the shields with punishing force, creating sparks in the dim light. King Leonidas stands resolute under the hail, his crimson cloak torn. The last few standing warriors brace for the final impacts in grim silence. The final, overwhelming bombardment begins, creating a temporary eclipse. The Spartans raise their shields one last time against the hail. The scene is held, emphasizing the relentless, suffocating volume of the volley. An absolute, profound silence blankets the battlefield as the arrow storm finally ceases. The camera finds the fallen King Leonidas surrounded by the bodies of his men. A close focus on a broken shield and a discarded helmet, symbols of the sacrifice. The wind slowly blows dust across the final resting place of the 300.